Well, I ran out of parts. I actually didn't shop from a list. I just shopped from my brain, and so I did not get some lock nuts and some other things I wanted to experiment with. But you get the concept here. This is the basic dual bearing axle right here, and in this scenario the axle spins. So this is the point of no spin to spin. And so some people think that a tail, even on the back side of the wheel, that a tail could get caught up in this area. So what I use is a PVC piece like this. There's many different types. I'm not sure what this one's called. It's like a plug, downsizer. You would use this to plug the end of a, what is it, 1.5 inches, and then to I guess 1/2 inch. So at any rate, this is set up such that it'll go over that area and protect it from tails and whatnot. And plus, when this is set up right, this provides a larger area to press against the wheel for load bearing. So what I do there is I get a really big fender washer. This right here is a 5/8 1.5 inches maybe, and that goes right in there. And that presses against the nut that's sticking out on the axle. Now this free spins around and protects that area from tails. And then you have this amount left to put the wheel on, basically. And in this case, let's see. In this case, in this wheel, I put a T-nut through the plastic. Real simple concept. Most of the ones you get at the store will be designed for wood, and they'll have those little spikes. This is just kind of a test for me, so I got that one. You can also get the ones that don't have spikes, and it'll just be like a round flange with a nut built in. Let's see, where's my tool? I wanted to show you how this one works, and there's things that can be done to make this a real quick installation. This is just for demo right now, but there you go. The T-nut, a little bit of the bolt sticking out, just a tiny little bit. This plastic piece is providing a nice load-bearing surface. It's also protecting the tail from getting pinched in there. And then this mounts on your PVC stand. And you have a spinning wheel. Real simple. And again, what's neat about this concept is when you do this, it won't fit through the door of a cage. These are just too big. So all you have to do is grab this and spin the wheel, and it comes apart. So there you go. Now another concept that I was trying was this one. This is a stand with another bearing, a similar bearing on it. I mean, as you can see, it has this piece and the dual bearings. I have a cap in the end, which you can get at Home Depot real cheap. These are conduit caps, 1/2 inch, and the thing free spins. And see, I have a nut holding this all in place. So this is all one piece, and you can easily get this. You can work this in through a cage door, and then you put this into the cage door, and then all you have to do to put it together is just put that there and screw some sort of a knob on, or a nut, or whatever you got, and that's it. And I have a free spinning wheel. The only maybe negative thing about this design, some people might complain about the knob grabbing tails, and I suppose that could be true. I don't think it'll happen, but it could happen. So I'm experimenting with other concepts for this. Like for instance, I just put a T-nut through this little plastic disc. This plastic disc is available from the home stores. It is a ceiling hole cover, like for an open light fixture area or ceiling fan thing. You can get these on eBay for $2, maybe even $1. So anyways, I set this T-nut in, and this becomes a big knob essentially to fasten, to do the fastening. And so, you know, the hard part is the axle and the bearing system. But once you got that figured out, the easy part is how do you fasten the wheel to the axle. And there's all sorts of ways you can do it. I'm experimenting with those. I think for this wheel, I settled with a simple knob. You can get it basically any hardware store. It's a 5/8 inch knob, and this allows me to really quickly put this wheel together take it apart for cleaning, and it's a really, really good solid wheel. And then again, this one has the T-nut in it, which I'm experimenting with. I'd probably try to order some T-nuts that are just the flange only, no spikes, and then maybe I'd glue those in, press fit those in. There's all sorts of things a person can do. One way or another, you can end up with a working wheel. PVC stands are pretty straightforward to make. I haven't made this stand yet, but basically nothing fancy. All you need is tees. And the tees are the cheapest piece you can get. These are like 47 cents. You don't need any caps. You don't need any 90-degree bends, just tees. And this is it right here. This is basically the concept. You can put a little pipe between each section. And, you know, out here there's just a little pipe for legs to hold the wheel. And the centerpiece is the up to hold the axle and bearing assembly. So, I mean, that right there is a stand that'll work great. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. You can choose to glue it if you want, or what I do is I'll drill a little hole once it's all assembled and like I want. I'll drill a hole and put a tiny screw in there to keep it from rotating. Real simple concept. So make your own stand, PVC to hold the bearing up, and you have yourself a working wheel.